Hello and welcome to Spanish 1, chapter Leccion Preliminar. The good stuff can be found on pages 10, 16, 18, 22, 23, and 25 in your Avancemos 1 book. That would be páginas 10, 16, 18, 22, 23, y 25. Our learning targets for Leccion Preliminar: I will be able to greet people and say goodbye, introduce myself and others, ask and say how to spell names, say where I am from, exchange phone numbers, say what day of the week it is, describe the weather, and respond to classroom instructions. The book doesn't give us definite articles and indefinite articles just yet, but I'm going to be chucking them in here quickly to give as much practice with them as possible so that they hopefully become clearer sooner. El is masculine for the, la is feminine for the, los is masculine and plural for the, las is feminine and plural for the. Yes, folks, there are 4 ways to say the in Spanish. There are also effectively 4 ways to say in Spanish. Definite and indefinite articles are the following. Un can be a or an. It is masculine. Una is a or an. It is feminine. Unos is effectively the plural of a or an, masculine. We typically say some. And unas is effectively the plural of a or an, feminine. We typically say some. Pronunciación, la letra H. In Spanish, the letter H is always silent. Listen and repeat. A, hace, helado, y, hispano, o, hola, u, humano, hola Hugo, hello Hugo, hasta mañana Héctor, see you tomorrow Hector. The Spanish alphabet and pronunciation can be found on page 10. El alfabeto y la pronunciación puedes encontrar en página 10. The letter A in Spanish will always be pronounced A, B, B grande, C, C, D, D, E, F, G, G, H, E, the letter I, E, J, J, K is K, L, the letter L is L, the letter M is M, N is N, N tilde is N, the letter O is O, the letter P is P, Q is Q, R is the letter R is R, R is the double R, S is pronounced S, T is pronounced T, U is pronounced U, V is pronounced Ube or B chica, W is doble V or doble B, X is X, Y is Y, Z is Z. Pronunciación, las vocales. Pronunciation, the vowels. This is on page 11. In Spanish, the vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. Each vowel is always pronounced the same way. Spanish vowels are always short and crisp. Listen and repeat, please. A, as in father. Encantada. Mal. Mañana. As in hey. Menos. Señor. presento. I sounds like meet. Igualmente, adios, bien. O as in woke. Hola, noches, como. U sounds like boot. Usted, mucho, tú. Los números 0 a 10 en página 16. The numbers 0 through 10 are on page 16. Cero is 0. Uno is 1. Dos is 2. Tres is 3. Cuatro is 4. Cinco is 5. Seis is 6. Siete is 7. Ocho is 8. Nueve is 9. Diez is 10. Los días de la semana, the days of the week, in página 18, are found on page 18. Lunes is Monday. Notice that the week in Spanish starts on a Monday, according to the schedule that's printed for you on page 18. That is the case throughout all of the Spanish-speaking world, unlike in the United States calendar, where our week begins on Sunday. Martes is Tuesday. Miércoles is Wednesday. Jueves is Thursday. Viernes is Friday. Sábado is Saturday. Domingo is Sunday. En página 22 tenemos palabras para en la clase. On page 22 we have words for in the class. Abran los libros. Open the books. Abran sus libros a la página blank. Open your books to page blank. Cierren sus libros. Close your books. ¿Cómo se dice blank? How do you say blank? Se dice blank. You say blank. ¿Cómo se escribe blank? How do you spell blank? Often we would ask this when we're wanting to know what someone's name is if we can't quite understand what we're hearing very well. So then that would be ¿Cómo se escribe tu nombre? As an example. How do you spell your name? Se escribe T-O-N-Y. It's spelled T-O-N-Y. ¿Comprendes? Do you understand? Levanten su mano. Raise your hand. This one's an important one. Más despacio, por favor. More slowly, please. This is also an important one. No sé. I don't know. ¿Qué quiere decir blank? What does blank mean? Quiere decir blank. It means blank. Repitan, por favor. Please repeat. Saquen una hoja de papel. Take out a sheet of paper. Siéntense. Sit down. ¿Tienen preguntas? Do you have questions? ¿Verdad? Right? En el libro, en página 23, hay más frases y palabras importantes para aprender español. In the book on page 23, there are some phrases that are important relative to learning Spanish on page 23 as well. Completa la conversación. Complete the conversation. Contesta las preguntas. Answer the questions. Escoge la palabra. Choose the word. Escoge la respuesta. Choose the answer. Escribe. Write. Escucha. Listen. Explica. Explain. Habla. Talk or speak or say. lee, read. Indica si es cierto o falso. Indicate whether it is true or false. Pregúntale a otro estudiante. Ask another student who happens to be male. Pregúntale a otra estudiante. Ask another student who happens to be female. Trabaja con otro estudiante. Work with another student who happens to be male. Trabaja con otra estudiante. Work with another student who happens to be a female. Trabaja en grupo de blank. Work in a group of blank. The en resumen es en página 25. The summary is on page 25. I'm also going to chuck at you subject pronouns. We're not quite getting into these yet in Leccion Preliminar, but it is my general finding that the quicker I can get y'all on board with knowing what these are, the easier it is for you all for the remainder of the year. So you will need to know these by heart shortly. Subject pronouns. Yo is I. Tu is you, informal, also known as familiar. This would be someone you're on a first name basis with. Él is he. Ella is she. Usted means you, formal. This would be what you would use if you are talking to someone that you're on a last name basis with. Nosotros is masculine for we. Nosotras is feminine for we. Vosotros is masculine for you all. Vosotros is feminine for you all. This is informal or familiar, plural you, effectively. Vosotros, vosotras is used almost exclusively in Spain, basically nowhere else. Ellos is masculine for they. Ellas is feminine for they. Ustedes means you all. This is a little bit more formal in Spain, and it was what is generally used throughout the rest of the Spanish-speaking world. Buenos días. Good morning. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. Buenas noches. Good evening. Hola can be hello or hi. Adios. Goodbye. Hasta luego. See you later. Nos vemos also means see you later. ¿Qué tal? How's it going? Muy bien. Very well. Regular. Okay. Se llama blank. His name is blank. Se llama blank can also mean her name is blank. Me llamo blank. My name is blank. Te presento a blank. Let me introduce you to blank. Le presento a blank. Let me introduce you to blank. The first one that uses te is used with someone you're on a first name basis with, similar to tu. The second one, le presento a, is the one that you would use with a person you're on a last name basis with, if you call them Mr. or Ms. or Doctor or things like that. It would be the formal form that you would want to use. El día de la semana, week. ¿Cuál es tu número de teléfono? What is your telephone number? And this is how we would ask someone we're on a first name basis with, someone who looks our age or younger. ¿Cuál es su número de teléfono? What's your phone number? Out of respect, this is the form we would use for somebody that we would speak to on a last name basis, like a principal, a doctor, etc. Someone who is older as a sign of respect. Mi número de teléfono es blank. My telephone number is blank. La clase is class. El maestro de español is a Spanish teacher who happens to be male. La maestra de español is a Spanish teacher that happens to be female. Maestro and maestra can be used for any subject in addition to Spanish, just like the word teacher in English. El país is country. Los países then would be countries. Gracias, thank you. Muchas gracias, thank you very much. El señor means Mr. or Sir. La señora means Mrs. It can mean ma'am. La señorita is Miss. This can also be young lady. ¿Qué tiempo hace? What's the weather like? Hace calor. It is hot. Hace frío. It is cold. Llueve. It is raining. Nieva. It is snowing. Hasta mañana. See you tomorrow. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? And this again is going to be familiar or informal. Someone we're talking to on a first name basis who appears to be the same age as us or younger. ¿Cómo está usted? Is also how are you. This is the formal style. This is what you would use to show respect for someone who you think is older than you, or you're trying to be respectful of. Someone that you would talk to on a last name basis, like Mr., Mrs., Doctor, etc. Bien. Fine. This would be a good answer to ¿Cómo estás? Or ¿Cómo está usted? Mal. Bad. Más o menos. So-so. Those would be all good answers to ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo está usted? Then you say ¿Y tú? And you. This again is someone that you would perceive as being on a first name basis with. If it's someone that you're on a last name basis with, you would say ¿Y usted? Means also and you. Tú is familiar, informal. Usted is formal. ¿Qué pasa? What's up? ¿Cómo te llamas? What's your name? Again, the te is familiar. The llamas is familiar. ¿Cómo se llama? What is his name? What is her name? What is your name formal? Again, se and llama. El gusto es mío. The pleasure is mine. Encantado is masculine for delighted or pleased to meet you. Encantada is feminine for delighted or pleased to meet you. Igualmente means same here or likewise. Mucho gusto, nice to meet you. ¿Quién es él? Who is he? ¿Quién es ella? Who is she? ¿Quién es? Who is it? Él es blank. He is blank. Ella es blank. She is blank. Él es blank. Sorry, es blank. It is blank. ¿Qué día es hoy? What day is today? Hoy es blank. Today is blank. Mañana es blank. Tomorrow is blank. Hoy means today when it's by itself. Mañana means tomorrow. Depending on the context, mañana can also mean morning. Perdón. Excuse me. Por favor. Please. De nada. You're welcome. Sí. Yes. No. No. Hace sol. It's sunny. Hace viento. It's windy. Hace fresco. It's cool. ¿De dónde eres? Where are you from? This is the familiar or informal style where you are speaking to someone you would perceive as being your same age or younger. Is that familiar or informal? ¿De dónde es él? Where is he from? ¿De dónde es ella? Where is she from? ¿De dónde es? Where is it from? ¿De dónde es usted? Where are you from? And this would be how you would ask somebody that you perceive as being older than you, or that you know on a last think you would be knowing, or that you do know on a last name basis. Soy de blank. I am from blank. Él es de blank. He is from blank. Ella es de blank. She is from blank. Usted es de blank. You are from blank. Es de blank. It is from blank. En este libro hay muchos países hispanohablantes. In this book, there are many Spanish-speaking countries. They list a total of 24 where either the first or second most commonly language is spoken in Estados Unidos are the United States. These countries are given on page 13. Again, Estados Unidos are the United States. Mexico is Mexico. Cuba is Cuba. La República Dominicana is the Dominican Republic. Puerto Rico is Puerto Rico. Guatemala is Guatemala. Honduras is Honduras. El Salvador is El Salvador. Nicaragua is Nicaragua. Costa Rica is Costa Rica. Panama is Panama. Venezuela is Venezuela. Colombia is Colombia. Ecuador is Ecuador. Peru is Peru. Bolivia is Bolivia. Paraguay is Paraguay. Chile is Chile. Argentina is Argentina. Uruguay is Uruguay. España is Spain. Guinea Equatorial is Equatorial Guinea. Filipinas is the Philippines. Guam is Guam. El fin. Adiós.